Hey, how you doing today? This is your sister Never Miss Naraya Shiloh coming back at you with another We Are On Code podcast. So, as you know, I do a lot of interviews. I go on other folks' podcasts, and then they have their people who follow them that may not like some of the things that I say. So, this particular podcast that I was on is from the Daily Wrap Up crew. I love those young brothers. They are doing big things. Please go subscribe to their channel if you are not already subscribed. So they asked me to be on their show because they wanted a real woman, a woman who was born a female and who lives as a female, to have a discussion with one of their trans guests that they had on the show. So I said, absolutely, I would love to. And during this time, this is when a lot of controversy was going on between Jess Hilarious and a trans woman, because the trans woman said that real women did not gatekeep all of the things that only seem to happen to real women, because trans women are women too. So they should have access to this knowledge and these things too, i.e., menstrual cycles, i.e., getting pregnant, i.e., going through menopause, i.e., just being a woman, right? So, um, let's see what this one is about.
You can't start living as a woman for the last 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and then
The way some of y'all think you came out your mama coochie being a whole woman, I think it's a little weird, number one.
Okay, let's stop right there. So, who said that I came out of my mom's vagina as a woman? What I said was, to the trans woman who was on the show, you can't tell me. You just sat here and told me that you just started living your truth. And I'm doing quotes when I do that, as a woman about 3 years prior. So, how are you in a position to give me advice on how to be a woman? Now, what I did say is that I've been a woman for the last 30 years, right? So, I don't know where this person gets that we as real women think that we come out of our mama's coochie as full grown women.
Number two, the reduction of white trans women's experiences to becoming a woman 2 or 3 years ago ignores the fact that we've always been women from the very beginning.
Okay, so did she just not say that it's weird that real women who are actually born with all the parts, all the hormones, all of the DNA, all of the chromosomes, that we did not come out of our mama's coochies as women, but trans women have always been women? These people are a walking contradiction.
We were always women. Women that were very much affected by the system of patriarchy that was imposed upon us as well.
How was you imposed with a system of patriarchy when you are the patriarchy?
That system of patriarchy that didn't allow a lot of us to transition when we were supposed to. That system of patriarchy that didn't allow us to express ourselves as women.
Because you are not, and this is what gets me going, is that you are trying to make us buy into something that is not true. You are not a woman. You are a trans woman. Why are you trying to come into real women's spaces? Create your own space. The same way women created their own spaces, white women created spaces for white women, black women created spaces for black women. Trans women need to create spaces for trans women.
As girls, as little girls, that forced us to express ourselves, to pretend to be boys.
How you pretending and you peed standing up?
So while your girlhood or this person's girlhood may have looked different from mine.
Yeah, I did, because I was born a female and I was raised as a girl that grew into a woman. So absolutely my experience is different than yours.
It doesn't change the fact that I was still a little girl who was told that she was a boy, a little girl who had to experience this false narrative of being told to do things in the way boys should do things, which, by the way, is ridiculous even for boys. So don't tell me that I just became a woman.
You did. You did just become a woman. Because you weren't able to live your truth and you were under the thumb of patriarchy, so you were not able to express your real so-called self. You did, because you couldn't do it, right? So you had to wait until a certain point in time to be able to become a trans woman, and that's what you did. So you did just become a trans woman. You're not a woman.
Because, baby, I'm 38 years old, and I've been a woman since I was 16.
And I'm 50, and I've been a woman as soon as I got my cycle. Look at the stare. Look at the stare. Like she really mean what she's saying.
Now, I medically transitioned.
Yeah, because you were a man. That's why.
Medically transitioned
I
later
didn't.
on in my 20s. Ain't nobody fucking forcing cis down your damn throat. Y'all sound so ignorant when you say that. You sound dumb, bro.
I sound dumb, bro. No, I don't. You all look dumb when you are trying to compete with real women. How am I dumb? Because I am rejecting your mental issue by trying to make me buy into the fact that you are a woman. So if I look dumb, you sound dumb, bro.
Y'all really do sound stupid when you say that. You do. Don't nobody walk around calling people cis. Don't nobody walk around their daily lives calling cis woman cis.
We call you trans.
The only time cis is relevant is when talking about the experiences of trans women versus cis women.
These people are nuts, because you call us cis because you want to try to give us a label, because you need a label, right? So whenever you're engaging in conversation, you throw that term cis around. We're not making it up. This is what you do. We're not buying into it, and you guys are mad about it.
That's the only time that is relevant. But y'all are so obsessed with trying to gatekeep womanhood.
Because it belongs to us. Just like you going to gatekeep whatever's in your house and belongs to you, womanhood belongs to women. What part do you all not understand?
As if you could.
We can.
As if some of y'all could. And I noticed that the women that are really upset, the cis women that are really upset about this quote unquote title being shoved down their throat, are the cis women they couldn't pass even if they tried.
I don't have to try to pass with what I already am. Like, do you hear the nonsense that come out of their mouth? These people are heterophobic. The way they say that we are transphobic, you are real woman heterophobic. I don't need to pass. I don't need to go get surgery. I don't need to have a prefix in the front of my woman. You do. So I don't have anything to prove, because I just am. And we just are. Do not be jealous, because you could never be.
Mostly are the cis women that are affected by patriarchy and white supremacy.
Oh, so now she's going to tell us our struggles. Let's listen.
Mostly are the cis women that have likely been confused for trans women.
So now we're upset because we get confused as trans women. Either we want to be like trans women and we're jealous of trans women. Like, what are you even talking about here? You sound utterly ridiculous.
Be honest here. Let us be honest here. My sisters, let us be honest here.
Okay.
Who is really, really up in arms for the most part about this label, sis?
We are, because we don't want to be a part of your dysfunction. So leave us alone and go ahead and make your lane and do your thing and don't pull us into it. Now, it's one thing for us to support you, but when you are now trying to compete with us by saying things that we don't gatekeep womanhood when we're women, it's asinine.
It's women that are facing the negative impacts of European beauty standards.
Oh, I love being Black. How are you trying to tell us as women what we're feeling when you're not even a woman? You don't know what we feel. You will never know what we feel. You cosplaying right now. You Black facing right now. Don't tell us what we feel.
That dictate what a woman is supposed to look like. And I'm sorry, that is not my fucking problem anymore.
And you're not ours. So leave us the hell alone. How about that?
I don't care.
Me don't either.
I care enough to want to advocate for you.
Don't advocate for me. Don't advocate for us, because you are having a hard enough time trying to figure out where you fit in and who you are as a person. We don't need you to advocate for us. Women don't need that. We got big enough mouths and enough power, energy, strength to do that. We do not need it from you. We did not ask you for it. Thank you.
But I don't care about receiving ignorance. And I don't care about having a cis woman tell me who the fuck I am.
And we don't want to have a trans woman, a person who was a man, trying to tell us who the hell we are.
Because they don't like the label cis. Because they want to say, I'm a real woman.
We are. And you're mad.
Because they want to reduce themselves to the biological function of being able to incubate a baby.
Yep.
Excuse me.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
A fetus.
That's part of it. And then it comes out to be a baby. And that's the way that God made us. God made Adam and Eve. He made two things. Even in the animals, he made male and female. Made he them.
Because they want to talk about having a menstrual cycle and how that is like the epitome of womanhood.
It is. It's a rite of passage. It is.
As if that is the quintessential.
It's a beautiful thing.
Experience.
It's a beautiful thing
womanhood
that you will never know about. It's a beautiful thing.
Because you don't allow men to make you think that your only value and worth is your ability to be able to produce.
First of all, I'm not gonna allow this man to try to diminish what we hold as important. Getting your menstrual cycle as a young woman is a rite of passage. It is a big thing. You are now into womanhood. So some of us come into womanhood at 9. Some of us come in at 10, 11, 12. That is when we become women. We didn't need to go get an operation to get nothing sucked, tucked, and plucked in order to do that. And what it is that is something that you cannot imitate or copy. So you're trying to downplay it.
To incubate. Baby, women are more than incubators. But if you don't believe that, that's fine. That's your fucking business.
How you know? How you know?
But cis is not a slur.
Yes,
and ain't nobody trying to force you to walk around calling yourself cis.
We would never do it.
You gotta be dumb if you think so. Really do. But I'm tired of coddling cis women.
Nobody asked you to.
I'm not coddling y'all no more. I'm
You got your own issues. Don't worry about us. That's the thing. Don't worry about us. Worry about what you need to do to make yourself feel better. If you want to walk around and call yourself a woman and or a elephant or a tiger or a cat, you have the right to do that. Leave us alone. Nobody asked you for none of this at all. We didn't ask for no lecture from you. We didn't ask you what you thought about us. We over here minding our business, and you all are coming in talking about we are women too, and you want to come in and participate in sports, our sports, because you couldn't cut it as a man. So now you want to transition and come into women's spaces. I don't want nobody who just feels like they're a woman today to be able to go into a bathroom where my daughter or my nieces or any young female where they are and talking about I'm a woman so I can come into this bathroom. I don't want any of that. So no, create your own lane. Stop acting like you're doing us a favor. Nobody asked you for none of that.
not. So if you come at me ignorant, I'm gonna come at you ignorant.
So who cares?
Stop.
Who cares if you come back ignorant? Nobody, you don't even matter to us. We live our own lives. Live yours. The only time we will say something is when you start trying to tell us what we can and cannot do and what is for us and what's not for us. But yet you talk about a patriarchy. Okay, it's in your DNA. This is why you're doing it.
Stop playing in people's face. Ugh.
You know what? I just needed to go ahead and vent that out to you all. Tell me what you thought. Tell me how do you feel about this whole trans woman versus cis women / real women. And you can't make this shit up. I love you guys. Have a great day. Peace.